Welcome back to Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Tuesday, April 28th, 2020. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. I can't remember who it was that said, fear is the first cousin of mediocrity. But I always like that saying because, you know what? I think it's true. But Jonathan Hambrick never struck me as someone who is scared of, well, anything, which must be why he's on the path to be very special. Even in the midst of a quarantine, somehow Jonathan's still managing to get better by the day. During last year's rookie campaign, I think he outperformed a lot of people's expectations because he stepped in and proved that he belonged to be up there from day one. So the fact that he hasn't been scared to put in the work during the off-season makes me think that he could be poised to do even more damage this time around. Tony Robbins likes to say that we should guard the door to our mind because what we let through could have unintended consequences. But if I'm an unintended consequence and I see a guy like Nathan the Asher playing bodyguard, I think I'd probably just do myself a favor and head in the other direction. Last weekend, Nathan decided to dig in to the crates and release a few new, never-before-seen training clips on his Instagram, just to give his fans a little reminder of what they're missing. Even though last year was a frustrating season for a lot of different reasons, there was a stretch of a few weeks post-Olympia where Nathan was an absolute nightmare to the competition. So if we can see an upgraded version of that on stage in September, it'll add another piece to the most intriguing Olympia of all time. If you look at the metrics that track happiness, there's a clear correlation between a country's GDP and the level of happiness reported by its citizens. But then again, sometimes the numbers can be misleading because someone like Priscila Leimbacher seems like she could single-handedly boost the happiness index for half of any given country's population. Recently, Priscilla announced that she's slowly starting to work back into mid-season form again after dealing with a few nagging injuries that knocked her off track for a few weeks. Over the last 2 weeks, Priscilla is really starting to emerge as one of the top talents in bikini. And once she's fully healthy, I think we can expect to see her creep even closer to being in those top 5 conversations. Being able to crush your home workouts on a regular basis takes a special kind of person. But when you've been one of the biggest influencers in bodybuilding for almost a decade, it feels like I'm stating the obvious when I say that my old buddy Sadik Hadzovic is special. Over the last month or so, Sadik's been pumping out a ton of content from inside his own garage gym, where he's still training like a complete savage despite the fact that he hasn't been able to leave his house for almost a month. Even in the middle of an unprecedented situation, the guy still doesn't miss a beat. And that's exactly the kind of dedication and consistency that have made him into who he is, one of the most consistent of all time. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.